Pre-employment trial runs. This is something that I've utilized since the beginning, and I don't know how many people actually do it this way, but I hire really slow. I have a whole process in place that gets people from introduction all the way to working for us, because there's a lot of things that we have to figure out along the way. Are they a good culture fit? Are they going to be able to work in our fast-paced, feedback-driven environment? Are they good at what they do? Can they hang out with us? Are they fun? And those things you don't really know until months and months of working with somebody. It doesn't mean they don't work for us, but it's really just like, do they become a full-time employee, or do they stay as a contractor? Do they go on as a partner? There's a lot of things to kind of figure out. So the best way to do that is to actually give them trial runs and put them in work that they're going to be doing if they actually worked for you. So real world tests are the best indicators of success. So actually putting them into scenarios, actual work that we're doing inside the business today, right now, and seeing how they do. So there's going to be designing the trial run. So one of the things that we do is we'll actually take a project from an editing project, for example, from a past delivery. So this is a product that's already been made, it's already been delivered, it's been used, and it's already live. We will take that same Asana task and we will rebuild it for someone that we're trying out. So we'll say, hey, here's a project. We won't show them the final delivered video yet. We'll say, here's the footage, here's the brief, here's all the assets you need for the edit. And then this is about how much time it should take you to create. And then you've got, actually, I should just show you. What am I thinking? So here, now that I've actually decided, I'm just going to show you one of the test projects. And this is for Honeylove, is we've got this test project right here. I'm going to try to zoom in on this. You can see it. This was assigned to Chase, and this was our description. Basically, dimensions, name, color, assets, footage. Here's the brief. Here's some examples of videos we've done in the past. Literally lay out everything so that there's no questions. In fact, they shouldn't ask questions. That's how thorough this task should be, because you want them to take it, and you're not going to say, hey, don't ask me questions. You're going to assign it to them. And the whole goal is for someone to take that and have it done like really fast. When I think back to when I was at Devin Supertramp, before he hired me, I got the opportunity. He said, hey, I want you to edit a behind the scenes video. That was it. I knew enough about him that I knew how they wanted it edited. So I literally got that footage from him and sat on my computer for 24 straight hours. And these are big projects. And I finished that video by the next day and sent it off. And it was like, oh, well, that's amazing. We didn't expect you to do that, but I over delivered and ended up getting the job and worked for him for a really long time. And that's what I look for in people. That's what I look for when people come to work for us, is like, are they willing to go the extra mile? It doesn't mean they have to do it all the time, but at least they're showing me how interested and how reliable and how fast they can be in our world. So that's just an example of a test project. And then the cool thing is we can just communicate, and then I'm able to kind of track through the process of like what's actually happening. We've got John who actually manages it and sets it up, and then basically helps him through the project. And then I report with John and I just say, hey, how did it go? And he helps me understand the situation. So then there's like shadowing sessions. So actually have people come and just hang out and give them nothing to do. Just say, hey, we just want you to come hang out and see how we work. Because we don't not only want you to see if this is a good fit for you, but we want to see if it's a good fit for us. So have them come on set and just observe. Set clear expectations. If they're showing up for a shadow, like, you don't have to do anything. We just want you to know that. If they find places to help, all the better. But we also don't want them to get in the way or disrupt. So helping them understand that and then communicate goals with them. So this is a trial. We want to actually see your work ethic. We want to see your technical skills, problem solving. All these things will shine through when you actually jump into a project. Step 2, evaluating skills and fit during the trial. So questions to ask yourself as they are doing an editing project or they're on set. Are they organized in their approach? Do they ask clarifying questions if someone is unclear? How well do they manage time and prioritize tasks? If they're really good, they've gone through this entire school community and know exactly how I think. And if they actually want to work for me, all the answers are in this school. So you want the same thing for your business. Evaluate their knowledge of equipment, techniques, editing, assess their quality of their edits, their ability to follow the brief, their creative flair. All these things are going to just come out, and you want to take note of them. Now we want to talk about their interpersonal skills. How do they communicate with team members? Are they respectful, professional? Do they seem enthusiastic and open to learning? All these things are going to happen. That's the best part about these trial runs. We obviously are going to be providing feedback. So this is another part Can they handle the feedback? Can they actually jump in and deliver something quickly right after the feedback? This is advice for you to give feedback. We obviously want to be clear and kind. We want to compliment them on what they did well. We don't want to just be, shut them down if it's not good. Highlight areas for improvement and offer actionable suggestions. So doesn't mean if they don't do a good job the first time, they're a bad fit. It means let's give feedback and see how they react to the feedback. And like I said, this takes months. If you see someone that's willing to put in the time, then nurture that and grow it into a relationship. Gauge their feedback, which is, are they receptive to it? Do they seem defensive or eager to improve? Now we're going to make the decision whether to hire them or not. So that's up to you. That's how they did and the standards you set. These are things that we would be looking for as they are in our trial run. If you want to hire them, communicate the outcome. If they're hired, celebrate their success and outline the next steps. And if they're not hired, be honest but encouraging. Here's an example message. Thank you for participating in this trial run. We appreciate your effort and creativity. While we've decided to move in a different direction, we'd love to stay in touch and possibly work together in the future. It's happened to me a lot where you think someone's not going to fit and then they end up working into a role that you wouldn't have imagined, and it ends up being an awesome relationship. So that's the end of our pre-employment trial runs. Let me know if you have any questions about any of this in the comments, and we will see you on the next module.